This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. And next up, it's a major moment for Cesaro. This is the era where fans were really behind Cesaro as a singles competitor, and he's taking on Kevin Owens, who is fresh off of a feud with John Cena, and they're working late in the show and getting plenty of time. 14 minutes and 16 seconds. It's a technically great match, but Meltzer says by this time the crowd only wanted the main event. And I guess I could see that. The show was running long. I mean, you had pre-show stuff, and now you've got a 4-hour pay-per-view. But these are two of my very favorite performers. I love the work they do. Cesaro really got over the giant swing. The pop-up powerbomb was a bona fide finisher, thanks to Kevin Owens beating John Cena with it. It's a cool deal to see these two get so much time. Of course, Kevin Owens gets the win, 14 minutes and 16 seconds. Meltzer says the timing was right for Cesaro to win because the crowd is giving him momentum, but they've beaten Owens so many times because of Cena and Orton being top guys and Balor being NXT champ that it was his turn. 3 3/4 stars. What'd you think?
Well, you know, I'm a fan of Cesaro, but I think everybody in that arena knew he was there to do the favor. He was there to put a shot back in Kevin's butt. It's just a shame that, you know, Cesaro hadn't been treated better, because he is a spectacular performer. Kevin, again, I think if you go back to the trilogy of Kevin with John Cena, Kevin should have probably won all 3 of those matches after seeing what I saw the first match, which was him doing some really dominant stuff and going over. I think if I check my, record books, he lost the next 2, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's right, which hurt him. He should have, they cheered the guy like an enormous babyface, and maybe that was partially because he was with John. But you should have taken what you saw and just, like I said, put the hammer down on it and go with the guy. Physically, these guys had to have a tremendous match. I'm sure it was, got to remember, think of the longest movie you've ever seen and sat through. For me, I go back and I use as a guide. Dances with Wolves was an awesome movie, but it was like 3 hours and 20 minutes. And if you're sitting in the theater at about that 2-minute and 15 mark, you've had enough. And I got a feeling at this point in the night, they are so late, so deep into that 4-hour show, people were just getting tired, and they wanted to see Taker and Lesnar, obviously, and I think those guys just fell victim of that. If there was a bit of a lull, or just a little bit of the people, looking at their watches going, damn, we've been here a long time. Because you got to remember, they all got there a minimum of probably an hour before the show. So now we're going into the 5th hour. And if you got there earlier than that, it's even more time. Audiences get tired. And sometimes the reaction you get on a match is based on how tired the crowd is. I think that might have had an effect on this particular match, but I'm sure for guys like you and I, Conrad, that are just sitting there watching the quality instead of listening to the pops, we would have loved it.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.